Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jonathan Coates, and in today's free social media marketing and automation training, I'm going to be talking about 4G proxies again. And this one is more of a research video, so I got some stuff that I'm already personally going over. And as I'm doing it, I just decided to go ahead and make a video out of it. That way, we can both learn together. But if you haven't already, check out my last video on how to create 4G mobile proxies with a Raspberry Pi, SIM cards, as well as two phones. I'm actually planning on condensing that video and making the process a lot more simpler, but that's like the most comprehensive video that I made on this channel. It's about 30 plus minutes just on how to create 4G mobile proxies. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about the differences between regular proxy and 4G mobile proxies. And we're going to get into several different threads here, as well as how many accounts can be used per mobile proxy. These are very short, but they add a lot of insight into just understanding how proxies work and the differences between regular proxy, like residential, and 4G mobile proxies. First of all, I am a beginner in marketing, so this may be somewhat lacking question. I'm planning on to utilize Jarvee to use a static IP proxy in my country per account, but to appear in several articles, it's good to use a 4G mobile proxy. What the hell is the difference? I'll tell you what the difference is. A 4G mobile proxy is from a mobile phone, and you're using the 4G actual network to get that IP address. So you're not stuck on one location or at a residential proxy. And there's other ones that use data centers, which Instagram really frowns upon. Additionally, in our country, there is fixed proxy for the IP band leased by a general business operator. It's about $4. A carrier static IP is about $9 because there's a lot of price difference between the two. I'm very curious and confused. Are the PC proxy and mobile proxy separate? So Heroes Layer says, depends if you are actually buying a proxy or a data plan. Usually if it's a provider, you have data center, residential, and 4G. If it's static, it's probably data center, which means it's riskier and you can't run many accounts on it. 4G, you can run more as it's more natural and harder to track. My advice is do not take DC proxy because it can flag your account. Been doing this and not good. The difference between a static and dynamic proxy is that dynamic gives you so many IP addresses, while the static only gives you one IP address. The thing is that when you abuse Instagram by spamming people using an Instagram account, Instagram will blacklist your IP address automatically and thus your account for sure. So whenever you want to open a new account from that static IP address, it will get banned automatically. Let me do something real quick. Let me just go ahead and snip this. I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel. So you should also see this in the community section. So whenever you want to open a new account from that static IP address, it will get banned automatically from the creation itself without even doing any actions with it. On the other hand, there's 4G proxies or rotating proxies that can sometimes be residential too. So what happens in this case, you open an account on a 4G proxy that gives you an IP address. One, you do only 10 actions from it, which is a number that keeps you under Instagram ban radar. Then you rotate it and voila, you have a new IP address that you can use to go for another 10 new actions and so on. So having a static IP address will cost you $4 per IP, as you mentioned, but having a 4G proxy that gives you a wide list of IP addresses and only costs you $9. You can do the math and tell what will work best for you. I try to make it simple here, but of course you can't just change the IP address and start doing actions infinitely, because if you can hide from the radar and won't be catched by using the same IP address, there are still other factors that will expose you. And the main one, of course, is the account itself. Instagram can still see the account X does 10 actions, then switch IP and perform another 10 actions, totaling 1,000 actions a day, which is a big red flag, of course. The best way to use 4G proxies is with many Instagram accounts. An example, perform 10 actions with IP 1 from account 1, then switch to account 2 using IP 2, and then perform 10 other accounts. Yet you're not safe because, again, Instagram will know that you're the same guy using all these accounts and all these IPs. How? Through fingerprints. For example, you're using the same phone to open the two Instagram accounts, the same phone number in registration, the same email. So I hope I've been able to help in explaining. So what's really important to note about that, and I actually just posted about this not too long ago, on my community section. So let me go back, but there's different fingerprints such as device ID, your location, the nearby cell towers. I mean, like he said, phone number, you're using the same email accounts could be attached to it. And there's other fingerprints too. So let me just scroll down real quick and I'm going to show you what I had found out. So, so let me just read this to you right here. So this is for like the mother child blog. Do not create so let me open this up. Do not create mass accounts on the same device. Use App Cloner or some form of emulator that can change ID. Search Mass Planner for this method. Do not copy user agent when copying settings to other account. This is how I lost 30 slaves when I started out. This is Hero Slayer, the same guy again. And he actually has a really good journey that I suggest that you read. I try to have that in the description. You might have to be level 2 for that. All you have to do is just have access to Sue Social. When putting an account on a proxy in Java, don't do any actions for 24 to 48 hours. Then start to slowly add in tools you want to use. The faster you go, the more errors you will encounter and blocks. Start growing 5 accounts, use different warm-up styles and follow styles, then add another 5 and replicate the good styles. Add another 5 with a different approach, etc. You will eventually find the best methods. No one will give you their exact strategy, as that will cause saturation and ruin their own progress. Do not change too many things at once. Change them slowly, add a new tool slowly, etc. Learn to not care about disabled slaves because there will be lots when you scale. Prepare to spend a lot of money learning. So if you just want to grow account, then get someone to do it for you. To learn the mother slave strategy and run everything to a point you can scale will take a while, 6+ months for him. And you will waste money going through scrapers, accounts, proxies, VPS, etc. Lastly, test, and then come up with a new method when you find something that works. Instagram is constantly trying to make it hard for us, so we need to be a step ahead and ready to change things up if something goes wrong. So that should give you more of an understanding of the process of getting good at this. Basically, if you want to get good, this is what you have to learn, these terminology, how the algorithm works. And NP Social is a wonderful place to go to not only stay up to date, but see what people are doing and see how stuff has evolved since. But I also have another one. So this is how Instagram is able to detect you. Device operations, information about operations. And so this is actually directly from Instagram's, I believe, terms of service. So let's see, close this one. So information about operations and behaviors performed on the device, such as whether a window is foregrounded or backgrounded, or mouse movements, which can help distinguish humans from bots. Identifiers such as unique identifier, device IDs, such as from games, apps, or accounts that you use, and family device IDs, or other identifiers unique to Facebook company products associated with the same device or account. Device signals, Bluetooth signals, and information about nearby Wi-Fi access points, beacons, and cell towers. Data from device settings, information you allow us to receive through device settings you turn on, such as access to your GPS location, camera, or photos. Networking connections, information such as the name of your mobile operator or ISP, language, time zone, mobile phone number, IP address, connection speed, and in some cases, information about other devices that are nearby or on your network. So we can do things like help you stream a video from your phone to your TV. And then cookie data from cookies stored on your device, including cookie IDs and settings. This is actually probably like the best guide right here on what it is to be mindful of as you're creating Instagram accounts. Because for an example, say if you were to buy a fresh new phone, fresh SIM card, and you never turn that Wi-Fi on, and you only use that phone maybe like down the street from your house over at the coffee shop, and then you at your own house you got a bunch of other phones. There's not really any way they can link those two phones together unless you do something that indicates that y'all are connected. So that's why they mention IPs, because in some cases, depending on the population, if your ISP is a place where folks in that community, there's someone like abusing and using strategies that causes like constant bans, then they'll just flag the whole ISP, like the whole area. So you probably got to like drive to another city. But anyway, getting back to right here. So this guy says 4G plus mobile proxies are expensive and hard to find. They're complicated to configure and tricky to use. You can't just trust any 4G mobile proxy provider. They might be sharing your connection. So I want to keep reading here. I'm going to make an additional video so I can have one that exclusively goes over this. So this is, just consider this part 1 of this, and then in part 2 I'm going to go ahead and read the rest of this as well as go over some other stuff. So these videos are basically going to be research videos. I hope you enjoy, because this is still a learning experience for me despite the massive amounts of research I've done in the last 4 months. Granted though, I have taken about 2 months off from like any of this stuff. So I'm like getting back into the game again, preparing for the future, and really want to finish off the fourth quarter and start off the first quarter of next year with the bang. So anyway, that's the first video. I'm basically wanting to cover this stuff. I wasn't going to try to make an attempt to read all of it, but due to the sake of time, I want you to go ahead and refer to this post right here. I'll try to have this in the description. Let me go ahead and open the link in a new tab so I don't forget. And then also that other post that I read. And then I'll have these threads in the description as well. And if you like content like this, then I definitely recommend that you subscribe to the channel. I talk about everything when it comes to generating traffic, AI, automation, SEO, copywriting, sales, closing, objection handling, you name it, email marketing, affiliate marketing. I talk about it on the channel. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then I definitely recommend you subscribe. And also take a look at the free checklist that I have in the description on social media marketing and automation. It's completely free. All you gotta do is just put your name and your email address in. I'll send it right to your inbox. And this is a checklist that you can use to accompany you as you're going about your social media marketing and automation strategy. So you can basically go down the list and make sure you're covering all bases. That way you're not forgetting anything, like as humans do. So look out for the next video. I'm going to pick up where I left off here. And with that said, I will see you in the next video. See you then.